Iced coffee, black. My rule is cream and sugar only on weekends. Otherwise, the coffee got to be black. And then once Saturday hits and I wake up at 6 a.m. because my daughter is waking up, the cream and sugar go in the coffee then. It's a rite of passage for the weekend. It's the day after Thanksgiving. And as you can imagine, the gym is kind of slow. I have a little break in between clients here. So I figured why not get on live and talk to the people quick. See, when I get into the gym, I put on yacht rock radio. See this? Foreigner waiting for a girl like you. I mean, that's about as yacht rock as it gets. Because we have a certain type of clientele here. I would say most of our clientele here are over the age of 60. So I feel like yacht rock is a pretty safe medium. I put on classic rock, Pandora here, and it's too much rock. There's not enough of these like soul tunes. So I put on yacht rock to switch it up. Today I've been using Today I've been using the Tindeck unit. I'm trying to figure out what clients want the day after Thanksgiving. And if you guys could let me know, do you want your personal trainer to really get after you to try and work off the calories you just ate? Or you want your personal trainer to kind of ease you back into the schedule and take it lighter because you just had a Thanksgiving breakfast or Thanksgiving dinner? Maybe a couple beers, a couple alcoholic beverages. Do you like your personal trainer to get after you, or do you want it to be an easier workout? Should I take you guys on a little lap? Maybe I'll take you guys for a lap. Mhm. See these stretch tables here? Completely underrated. Those stretch tables, completely underrated, especially for isometrics. For this reason here. How do I get this off? There's my station right here. I use a rack because it's an isometric machine. I don't really use the barbell much. In fact, I only use a barbell for an occasional back squat. Other than that, I don't use the barbell and I don't use weights. Maybe an occasional dumbbell chest press I'm okay with. Other than that, I don't really use weights. Look at these old dumbbells, 100 pounds right here. Who made these? Let's see if I can read this. These got to be old. Billiard, billiard barbell, billiard barbells. Anybody know those guys? Billiard barbells. Anyone heard of them? Here's an old school Nautilus hamstring curl. Again, I think you could do hamstrings. I think you do hamstrings with isometrics. Let me know if it's too loud in here. Here's a low back machine, Nautilus low back. And here's a Nautilus multi-exercise machine. And then here's a Nautilus double chest, where you get both the chest press here and you get the chest fly up top. So you do the chest fly and you go directly into a chest press. Here's the bicep tricep. Here's a really vintage old school. Here's a really vintage old school uh lat machine by Nautilus. And here's the chest fly. Really kind of an old school, amazing machine. And of course, this is an isometric channel, but I just want to show you guys. I'm a little bored if we're being honest, and I just want to show you guys around. Um, adduction, abduction, adduction, abduction. Probably not utilized enough. Probably not utilized enough. Abduction, adduction of the hips. And you can do this using this Nautilus machine, or what I prefer, where can I put you where you can see me? Can I put you here? Does this work? I'm sorry that this is not very professional, guys. Oh my God. Is everybody still there? Maybe I can do this. I can't believe you guys are still here. Anyway, do I live in Chicago? No. Are you new to this? Am I new to this? It depends on what new is. Depends on what you're saying is. Well, am I new to this? I'm new to, no, I'm not new to this, actually. I've been doing personal training one on one for 5 years, but I've been doing coaching for over 10 years. Am I new to YouTube? Not really. I've been doing YouTube probably for about 4 years now. So am I new to this? No. Does it seem like I might be new to this? Probably. Probably. Here is to making vids. Am I new to making vids? No, not really. No, actually, I'm not new. So that's no, I'm not new. I've been doing this for a while. So sorry. This is a Nautilus chin dip machine, and it's hugely beneficial if you're doing dynamic exercise because you no longer need to hold your own body weight because this is used as assistance. And then another vintage machine here. This is a lateral raise into a shoulder press. Let me show you how this works. You go right from the lateral raise, okay, directly into a supersetted shoulder press. Kind of a cool machine, right? They stopped making dual exhaust. Dual exhaust? No, that's a truck. They stopped making pre-exhaust machines. Here's another pre-exhaust machine. This is the Nautilus pullover mixed with the pull down. This might be the most sought after machine maybe ever. So let me go through this one quick with you. You start with the pull over, right? Start with the pull over here. Then you go directly into a pull down, one after another. So the idea is multi joint movement. Excuse me. The idea is single joint movement into multi joint movement. So you do a single joint of the pull over, which is the shoulder, and then the pull down is the elbow and the shoulder. Does anybody have any questions for me or any thoughts or anything to add while we're bumping Yacht Rock Radio here on Black Friday? Unfortunately, I have nothing to sell you. There's no sales to be had here. There's just time. There's just time to be had. Something you can't live without. Add a Q&A sticker. Let me add a Q&A sticker. Drag here. Start Q&A. Oh man. So I'm kind of bored. Sorry everybody if I'm boring you too, but I'm a little bit bored on my end. ChatGPT told me to ChatGPT told me to be less what's the word they used? To be I have to have a clear topic. I have to have a clear topic according to ChatGPT. I kind of drift. ChatGPT said I drift a little bit, and that's okay because these aren't meant. My lives are kind of just meant to talk to the people. Um, but I would like to do a better job of keeping more on track. That's why you go to YouTube, right? I mean, I guess this is more like streaming. When you stream, you don't really have a topic. You kind of just hang out. But if I was making a video to give to the people and to post and upload, I'd have a topic. All right. I'm gonna pretend to do some work. Nothing's better than some good fake work. Here's a foot wedge. So you could stack a couple on top of each other to make the incline more aggressive. But I got these. I had a slant board that I used all the time, but I got these instead because they're more mobile. I can bring these anywhere. And what I'll do is I slide these under the feet of clients as they're doing any single leg or multi-leg work to keep their heels slightly elevated and to keep their inside ankle bone high. Just kind of a external coaching cue. And of course, the ISOMAX foot plate, which I added an eye hook to. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I did it anyway. See the screw right there? So I just drilled a hole. I just drilled a hole into the ISOMAX. Um, and I screw the eye hook in because then from this point, boom, now you're ready to roll. You see what I'm saying? And I've had people pull over like 400 pounds on this eye hook, and it stayed in place. So luckily, it works. Luckily, it works. All right, Amina, 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 uh, Amina. Thanks for subbing. I think I have 1,260 subs, and I remember I had like 27. I used to have 27. Be like, man, it'd be awesome if I could get to 100 subs. You just stick with things as long as you can. I always say everything takes 10 years. Everything takes 10 years. So I've only been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now. I'm not even halfway into my goal of doing something for 10 years. And then, and only then can you take a step back and really evaluate whether you've contributed to society or not, or brought value to the world. I think if you get it, if you give it 2, 3 years, it seems like a lot of time, but where I'm at now compared to where I was 2 years ago, completely different. And I can only imagine where I would get to in 10 years. So I hit my first 73,000 subscribers today. See what I'm saying? And how long have you been doing this for? 73 subscribers. Congratulations. It's a lot. Uh, yeah, like I said, I only got over a little bit over 1,200. I'm not really sure where it's going to go from this point, but it's been a fun journey. I'd like to look back at my YouTube videos one day and see that they were posted 10 years ago. I've been doing this for 6 months. Okay, so yeah, so you pretty much just basically went against everything I just said, which is fine, which is great. Everyone's timeline's a little bit different. So 6 months and 73,000 subscribers. That's amazing. What's your content? I'll have to go and check out your page. Maybe maybe you'll get one added subscriber. Maybe I'll join. I have thought I have such a specific niche. I have such a specific niche that I'm kind of not surprised that it's taking me a long time to grow a following. There's not many people in the world that are interested in isometrics and specifically rotational isometrics, but maybe in due time they will be. So is it niche or is it niche? I really want to use the word all the time, niche and niche. I don't know which word to say. Is it niche or niche? Can't believe I'm doing this. I'm 34-year-old man and I'm doing live surveys on YouTube. What a world. What a world. When I was in college, I had high hopes and I never would have imagined I'd be sitting in a gym on Black Friday, um, doing a poll with you people. Mr. Stepper 88. Now I wonder if Mr. Stepper 88 is Mr. Stepper anything to do with Kendrick Lamar? It's niche. Dang. See, I got one vote for niche. I've been saying niche for a long time now. Niche. I can't believe I'm the only person here. Is this crazy? All right, I'm gonna go to 20 minutes. I got 45 seconds left. I'm sorry to have bored. I'm sorry to have bored so many of you, but I mean, how can you go wrong with some Steely Dan, Yacht Rock Radio, Hey 19? You guys know that song. Okay. 1945, I got 15 seconds left. Thanks, everybody, for being my friend. See you later.